Welcome to all the monks and novices, and welcome to all the faithful Dhamma practitioners. Today I'll talk on a Dhamma topic from a Zen story. This story is named, What is the Path to Happiness? Where is Happiness? There was once 3 men who had a lot of suffering in their hearts. They all had problems which they couldn't overcome. So they went for advice from a Zen master named Wu. They went to go find this Zen master so that he could show them the way to overcome the suffering that was full in their hearts, and so that they could meet with happiness in their lives. When they had paid their respects to the Zen master listened to all about the suffering that these men were experiencing. And then he asked them, "What are you living for these days?" The first man replied, "I am living because I don't want to die." The second person replied, "I am living because I have many children and grandchildren in this city. When I am older, I will have them look after and support me because I will be frail and will have to rely on them." And the last person replied, "I am living because I need to look after the members of my family. I am their support, so I can't die." When the Zen master heard their answers, he said that if it really is like you have said, then your path to happiness will be dark and obscured. And to the first person he said, "Though it is true that you have life, but it is with a fear of death." And to the next person he said, "And you are just waiting for old age." And to the other one he said that you carry a heavy burden so that you can support the livelihood of those in your family, and then you forget about the principles of using your life in the present. So how will you have happiness? Then the Zen master Wu asked them all, "What is your happiness?" The first person said, "Having lots of money and wealth, that is my happiness." The second person said, "I see being loved as being able to give me happiness." The last person said that fame and a good reputation is what will give happiness in my life. And the Zen master Wu replied to them, "All that you have said, I don't see any happiness, but instead it is suffering. If you accumulate all different things, have money and wealth, have pleasure in fame and reputation, then you will have more suffering." The 3 people looked at each other and were confused. They didn't understand the reasoning, what the Zen master meant, that the happiness that they wanted was instead suffering. The Zen master continued explaining, "If you have wealth and money, have people love you, have fame and reputation, have people praise you, then the worry, the eagerness, the craving, the wanting to gain and to have will keep increasing more and more. And also with this comes the need to try to maintain it constantly all the time. This is creating a cycle of attachment, and ultimately it leads your hearts to suffering. But if you want to find true happiness, then all 3 of you need to change your views anew. Like if you want wealth and money, then you need to have the thought to share a portion of this wealth away through making merit and giving to help the poor and needy and those victims of various disasters. Then you will have happiness arise in your heart. Because it is very difficult to have any material thing compared to the happiness in the heart. And in regards to wanting love, then you need to be a person who sacrifices for the benefit of others. It's not that we are one who just receives, but we have to be receivers and be ones who give. In this way we can be the ones who will receive true happiness, because it is the givers who will receive happiness in return. When we want to have happiness, then we need to give happiness to others first. When we are receivers and we feel happy from that, then we know we need to be givers of happiness. The ones who give will gain. So it is not just wanting to receive only, but we have to be both givers and receivers. This will lead to true happiness. And the last, in regards to seeking fame and reputation and being famous. If we get it and we have it, then it's no problem. But we need to understand about public benefit. If we have fame, then we need to use that fame to give benefit to others. Then we will have true happiness arise. It is not just that we have that fame and reputation, but we need to make benefit for others arise. This true happiness arises from the heart that is good and the heart that is pure. Do you understand? The three nodded their heads, saying they understood. And in conclusion, the Zen master said that the thinking of all three of you are missing an important principle, that is on the aspect of the mind, that is goodness. You think of yourselves too much, and you don't know the true life. For true happiness, you need to be the ones who sacrifice, knowing how to give. You need to have kindness and compassion. You have love for others, and then you'll gain love back. The biggest sacrifices will be your happiness. So train yourself to be a giver. Have wealth, and then be a giver. We have love and kindness, and then others will give us love and kindness. We as humans can give this love and kindness to all living beings. If it's a dog or a cat, they will then have love to us in return. So we need to be a giver and a receiver. We have fame and reputation, so we use that to build our spiritual goodness a lot from the fame that we have. We have people following us, then we lead them to build goodness and to build merit. The three people were pleased and used this in their lives and gained happiness that they were satisfied with. For us here, we can look at whether we have thoughts like this or not. We should use the Dhamma that we learn to understand the true value in life, knowing how to find happiness in the life that we have. It is not that we are waiting for our children and grandchildren to look after us in our old age. If then they don't look after us, then we'll have a lot of suffering. If we have life, not wanting to die, then this isn't Dhamma. This isn't understanding Dhamma. Because having life and not building goodness doesn't lead to much benefit. We need to have virtue, have sila Dhamma, have good qualities, have goodness. If we have no goodness, then even if we are breathing, then we are careless. It's like we are someone who is dead already. Have you seen a dead person that is still breathing? They are walking around everywhere. They are already dead because they are careless. Careless in building goodness and virtue. Careless in building goodness and virtue. Venerable Ajahn Chah has taught that most people are dead already, even while they are still breathing. This is because these people are careless. So we need to be established in heedfulness, because this is the Buddha's teaching. Before the Buddha passed away, he said to give up evil, do good, and make goodness arise. Be established in heedfulness. This heedfulness encompasses the teachings the Buddha gave on all 84,000 occasions. It all comes down to not being heedless. May you learn Dhamma, and may the monks and novices be determined in their Dhamma practice, following the Buddha's teachings. Then all of you will have happiness. May you all grow in blessings.